steps I took in writing these vows was deciding how to begin when I, unsurprisingly, have so many things to say. So as you know, I Googled it. It reminded me to start by telling you I love you. So I love you, James. Looking back on our 6 years together, I marvel at who we started as and who we've become together. In all the ways that count, we grew up together, and I can't think of a better partner for it. You've taught me to come out of my shell and take chances. You've pushed me to take the leap in a new city with you, and stood by my side as you watched me learn to love it as my own. I couldn't turn the page.
Dana, I love you. I've waited too long for this moment without realizing it was exactly what I wanted and needed in my life. As you know, I am logical to a fault, but the journey and memories we've had to get to today feel nothing short of fate.
So many of the friends we'll now share for the rest of our lives and who will be standing up at the altar with us today. For this and so much more, I thank you. One day last summer while we walked our sweet boy on a particularly vibrant afternoon in our park just across the street from here, I happened to look up from where I was carefully walking in the grass, now you know, and I remember it taking my breath away. On our walks, in our lives, throughout our marriage, so easy to look down, watch our step and get trapped in the mundane. But when I looked up at the full swaying trees above us with the skyline just peeking through, all framed by an electric blue sky, I grabbed your arm and told you to look up. I think you felt it too. The beauty in the mundane, the wonder in our everyday life, the gratitude that this is where we get to walk, this is what we get to do every day together.
I'm so lucky to be in this position with you here now. After today, we will begin our most exciting journey yet as husband and wife. You constantly and consistently make me a better person just by sharing the same room with me. Life without you would be half as loving and half as happy. You are by far the most important thing that has ever happened to me. You have been here for me, for all my highs and all my lows. I plan on spending the rest of our marriage, paying you back in experience and happiness and love. Since the first time I laid eyes on you, I thought you were the most beautiful person in the room. You continue to this day to be the most beautiful person in every room, sense, inside and out.
So what does it mean to take a vow, not make a vow, but take one, to take it into ourselves, into our hearts? We do not take a vow where there is not trust, depth of character, or relationship. You'll take a vow that is the most incredible one you will ever take in your lives. These are vows that no one in their right mind would take. And that's the point, isn't it? That you're not acting from your minds, but from your hearts. And I think that's where you should be on your wedding day. This is the most affirming thing that anyone will do for you in your lives, because you're telling each other that you are important enough to me as a human being that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And that's incredible. So I encourage you to remember this moment. As you start your new life together, I encourage you to tell each other often why you stood here today.
Entreat me not to leave thee, or return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go. Whither thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest will I die, and there will I be buried. The angel do so to me, and more also, if aught but death hurt thee and me. Thank you for choosing me, for loving me, for marrying me. Although all of the rest of our days may not be enough to express all the love I have for you. So close to the end. I promise to try. I promise to follow you until the death part thee and me.
I am so excited to see what the future holds, but more importantly, to spend every moment loving you the way you have loved me. From this day forward, I promise to continue to be your rock. I promise to be your friend. I promise to be your other half. Through all the happy and sad moments for the rest of our lives, I promise to love you the same way I do now. It's hard to put into words. Damn, I got it. It's hard to put into words how thankful I am for you every day. So I will say this: you are my forever. Life without you would be hollow. I will do everything in my power to continue to grow with you, challenge you, and love you. The future's looking pretty grand. Let's go into the unknown together.
Wife and husband married with the blessing of Christ Church. Be merciful in all your ways, kind in heart, humble in mind. Be most patient and tolerant with one another. Forgive as freely as God has forgiven you. And above everything else, be truly loving. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God look upon you with kindness and give you peace. Amen. Friends, it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce to all of you Mr. and Mrs. Hondros.
This shouldn't take any more than 15 or 20 minutes. So. Dana, you are everything that we ever dreamed of for our son. I remember one of the first father and son conversations I had with James about you. I asked him to tell me a little bit about this new girl in his life. And without hesitation, he told me that she was literally a 1 in a million girl.
I think the first time that I had the notion that their relationship might be a long-lasting one was when Lisa and I received a random call from James when they were still in school. Dana, who is a notoriously bad patient, was not feeling well, and James, to his credit, was calling Lisa and I to ask what he could do to help and what medicine would be good for her. I think at that moment, I realized that he had the type of character I'd want to see in my son-in-law someday.
Mr. and Mrs. Hondros, you've unknowingly raised the son who became the brother I always wished for as a child. That's all I'm gonna say though, because I'm getting sick of him. I've been waiting for this moment for a while. Dana, he's yours.
Thank you guys so much. You're all amazing. This wouldn't be possible without you. I love you all.
I've watched Dana and James grow together and into the couple that they are today. They complement and they balance each other, and I'm glad to be their voice of reason when they need it.
May your marriage continue to be filled with joy, prosperity, and ever-growing love. I love you both so much, and I will always be here for you.
Out of all the people in the world, you've chosen each other. By definition, you're each other's favorite people. If you treat each other as your favorite person and stay true to that, the rest of your lives will fall into place.
I know that Alina and I are not alone in our excitement for you two and your future together. Alina and I love you both more than words can express.
Please join me and raise a glass to the bride and groom. Cheers.
So much, and I'm so lucky to be your friends. So cheers to the memories that we've created together and the memories we'll create in the future. So to Dana and James.